Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome to Witchy Wednesday. It's Witchy Wednesday on Freedom TV. How you loving? Today I am wearing Adelina St. Clair. This is Adelina St. Clair. This is the hat that was inspired when I got this hat. It actually has a spider on it. Can you see the spider? Also has ruffle on it. Can you see the ruffle? This hat is inspired by the author of The Path of the Christian Witch. Yeah, this hat is named after her. I love the moon on there and the stars. Oh my goodness, I love this hat. I freaking love this hat. Hi, G-Wife 2. Hey, Platinum Lifestyle Coach. Ooh, I love that. Platinum Lifestyle Coach. That sounds like I want some of that. Linda, how you loving? Happy Witchy Wednesday, goddess. Happy Witchy Wednesday, gods, goddesses, and others. Those that don't identify with either god or goddess. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Danielle, how you loving? Happy Witchy Wednesday, Danielle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For all our new subscribers, if you're new here, welcome. And you may not yet know us. Are you Christian? I'm a Christian witch. Yay! Today is all about Christian witchcraft and the 10 tenets of my own Christian Witches Manifesto, which I made public to everyone, with the intention, as I state in the book, for you to write your own Christian Witches Manifesto. This is not the Christian Witches Manifesto. This is a Christian Witches Manifesto. Hey, Queen Bee, how you loving? Queen Bee, how you loving? OMG, Queen Bee, how you loving? How you loving? So, today, it's Witchy Wednesday. Smash up the lights. Smash that like button, baby. Smash that share button. And remember to subscribe and ring the bell so you know when we go live, which we do every day while we're in this global transition that we find ourselves in. We find ourselves in this global transition. And in this global transition, I'm coming to you live every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon, thereabouts. I'm working on getting closer to 12 noon to be on time every day at 12 noon. So welcome, 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 welcome. Now, we're going to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart, and that's Christian witchcraft. And specifically, can you explain your religious beliefs? Do you believe Jesus is your savior? Oh, good question, Nick. Nick, these are excellent questions that you're asking. Fully explained in one of my 20 books. Fully explained in my book, How to Be a Christian Witch, and the Christian Witches Manifesto, and also fully explained here on this channel, and also fully laid out on the Christian Witches Facebook fan page, as well as fully laid out somewhat on the Christian Witches Instagram. So if you desire answers to all these questions by absolutely excellent questions, that's why we're here today. Follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, pick up the books if you desire, and the books will lay it all out for you. Okay? Now, excellent questions. We welcome questions. Now, today we're specifically speaking of the 10. Hey, happy Witchy Wednesday! How you loving, boo? How you loving? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Witches, wizards, warlocks, magical beings all over the globe. Welcome. Come on in. Welcome. You're on Witchy Wednesday. And today we're talking about a specific flavor of witchcraft. Remember, there are many kinds of witchcraft. There's almost as many kinds of witchcraft as there are witches. There's many kinds of witchcraft. Just like there's many kinds of Christians. And even within Christianity, everyone is not doing the same thing. And even within Catholicism, one brand of Christianity, come on, let them know what I'm starting. Look, Linda got us started straight away, right, Danielle? Money in the vortex, money in the vortex. Witchy Wednesday, money in the vortex. That makes it extra magical. Now, it is very vitally important that whatever you're doing, whether you're a Catholic practicing Catholicism, as we were saying, there are no two Catholics alike. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, there's no two Jehovah's Witnesses alike, even though the cult tries hard. That just was my background for 26 years. There are no two people alike. There are no two souls alike. So in whatever spiritual path you're on, Christian Witches is a spiritual path, not a religion. As far as I know Wicca is a religion. Christian Witches is not a religion. Okay? I so thank you and honor you, great soul. I so honor you. Namaste. So, whatever your spiritual path, it is important that you codify your spiritual path. What does codify mean? Codify means if it ain't already written out or laid out clearly, then that's your job. Write it out, lay it out clearly. What do you do? What is this about for you? Then you'll be able to go deeper into your practices with a solid foundation of who you are and what you do. Now, that's your solid intention. It could be I wrote a Christian Witches Manifesto, which is this book. And I also wrote a Christian Witches, more like what's the name of it? The Christian Witches Creed, which I wrote many years ago. And if you just Google it, you will find it on issue. I posted it probably back in 2014, maybe something like that, like 5-6 years ago as I do this. Blessings! How you loving, Gypsy Soul? How you loving? I posted that a long time ago, the Christian Witches Creed. And then I expanded on that for myself. This Christian Witches Manifesto that I'm sharing with you, this is my manifesto that I'm sharing with you. I'm not telling you that this is what you're supposed to believe as a Christian witch. Please understand clearly what's going on. I would love to see thousands of Christian witches publish their manifesto. This is my manifesto, and in it, it has pages and prompts and questions for you to write your own manifesto. Don't take mine, because this is an example. I pray everyone gets that. This is an example of mine. I'm shared with you. Pray that it has inspiration for you to create your own manifesto. Even if you're not a Christian witch, whatever your walk is, create your own manifesto. These United States of America, from where I am currently broadcasting this signal through the internet and, globally, these United States of America, they have a constitution. What is the Constitution? It's a little tiny booklet. You can read the whole Constitution like that. What is the Constitution? How we roll. This is our intention. This is what happens here. This is how we roll. A manifesto gives you that guidance. And it lets you know when you're maybe a little off track. Hey, Danielle, how you loving? Happy Witchy Wednesday. It lets you know maybe when you're a little off track. In addition to that, a manifesto or a creed or an intention or whatever it is that it could be your statement of, this is what I'm about. This is how I roll. Whatever you call it, that's completely up to you. You're a soul that knows exactly what to do for yourself. I'm sharing with you mine. If we go to a company has a mission statement. If we go anywhere where anything has been built beyond one person, there is a constitution, a creed, a manifesto. There are a couple of amazing manifestos that I would love for you to look at. Money already in the vortex, Marlo. Isn't that amazing? Linda started us off today on Witchy Wednesday. Isn't that amazing? And by the way, if you just joined us, I am wearing Adelina St. Clair, who is the author of Path of the Christian Witch, the first Christian witch book I ever saw. Hey, Citrally, how you loving, magical being? How you loving? That was the first Christian witches book I ever saw in my life. I had never seen a Christian witches book. I'm sure there were Christian witches books before that. That was just the first one I saw many years ago, when I don't think there were very many Christian books, if any. She was, wow, what a trailblazer. And so I desired to channel the trailblazer energy of Adelina St. Clair. I've never read the book, yet I've heard a lot of people that have read the book. Oh my goodness, you're reading the paperback this morning. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So these are going to soon be in a box set. And this is a series. And in this series is also going to be what I'm working on right now, every single morning, feverishly, which will be birthed to this universe of life very soon, is spell crafting for Christian witches. How we can craft spells, some ideas for your consideration. You take it and do whatever you want with it. And I'm also inspired to write. I'm also writing Egyptian magic for Christian witches. And I'm also writing, hi boo. And I'm also currently writing, I'm also soon to be writing Words of Power for Christian witches. Book tour, I have no idea based on COVID. I have no idea. Every place is not even open yet. And definitely all these witchy magical stores are not open. Yet, not all of them are open. Cities are not open. We have no idea. We're still in our global meditation, so I'm still here serving you on Freedom TV. Next, so this is going to be a box set. So I'm working on spell crafting for Christian witches, Egyptian magic for Christian witches, tarot for Christian witches, and Words of Power for Christian witches. It's probably going to be about 6 or 7 books in this series. You know, so that's what's happening with these. So we continue the saga. The saga continues. I'm very open-minded. How did I get to be a Christian witch? You would have to be somewhat open-minded to be a Christian witch, right? Can't wait for the, spell and tarot books. Oh my goodness. This spell crafting book for Christian witches is, oh my goodness. Lots of magic from the Bible. Lots of magic from the Bible. Blood magic. Did you know there was blood magic in the Bible? I'm going to tell, well, actually, they didn't put it in the Bible. There's a lot of blood magic in the Bible. This particular blood magic that I just added to the Christian Witches spell crafting book, I just added to it, is about Adam and Eve giving their first blood offering. Did you ever hear about Adam and Eve doing a blood offering? You didn't hear about that, did you? Their own blood. Cut and their own blood on the altar. Never heard about that, did you? They didn't want you to hear about that kind of blood magic in the church. Child, they didn't want you to hear about that. Study everything. They didn't want you to, they didn't want you to learn about that. Okay, hi, I'm new to your channel, but I was wondering, aside from Psalms, are there any other books in the Bible with spells? Oh, yes, all of them. Yeah, I'm with you. You know, I'm not about a religion. Yeah, I'm not about a religion at all. I'm spirituality. I'm a minister, ordained minister of spiritual consciousness, and I always say I'm a religionless minister. I don't do religion. Religion is for control of the masses, and that's just not me. So welcome if you're new to the channel and you're still understanding what goes on in this channel. This channel is a spirituality channel, all about magic, money, and metaphysics. The whole Bible has magic, the entire thing. So Hoodoo focuses on the Psalms. Hoodoo focuses on the 6th and 7th books of Moses. Excellent, I love it. Proverbs was written by by an Egyptian scribe. Proverbs did not come from Solomon. So all you have to do is study. And when I say study, I mean study everything, not just what they tell you to study in church. Study everything. Study the lost books of the Bible. Study the Apocrypha. Study the Pseudepigrapha. Study the lost books of Adam and Eve, the lost books of the Bible and the forgotten books of Adam and Eve. Study all of them. Then come to your own conclusions. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. You're grown. That's for you to figure out. I'm figuring it out what works for me. You figure out what works for you. And that is the problem with religion. They don't tell you how to think, they don't teach you how to think. They tell you what to think. Think this, it goes like this, it works like this. This is God, he's up in the sky. This is that. Yeah, to he, God is a single parent, just a man up in the sky. That didn't work for me. I don't know what works for you. It didn't work for me. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. Thank you for that question. That's excellent. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. States of consciousness. You can see people right now living in heaven and hell right here, right now. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness, baby. You cannot put hell on a map and you can't put heaven on a map. You know, there are a lot of people that try to bring lawsuits against the devil. Literal lawsuits in court. look at, I like to study a whole bunch of stuff, so I come across a lot of strange and weird facts. A lot of people try to bring a lawsuit against the devil, saying that the devil made them do this, or the devil did this, or the devil did this. And they hire attorneys, they bring a good case for the devil. And guess why they cannot get their court case to where they want it to be to get a ruling? Because there is no address for the devil, so he can't be served with the papers. The devil is like, you don't have my address, you can't serve me. Look up court cases of the devil. Who is going to hire a lawyer to sue the devil? People that think that there's a devil getting them, misguided. I have no evidence for a devil. Yes, I know about Satan. Yes, I know about Lucifer. Yes, I know about the devil character that they say is red with pitchfork and horns. I've heard all that. I studied Lucifer. Lucifer is not your problem. I've studied Satan. Satan is called the adversary, the opponent. Why? He works for God. He's here to strengthen you. It's like he's your trainer in the gym. What's the problem with that? How you gonna grow if you don't have no resistance? You would turn into a mound of jello. So we got resistance right here on this planet. It's called gravity. Study universal law, study Kabbalah, study Egyptology, study history, study archaeology, study everything. Study science, nature, biology. Right now I'm studying epidemiology, bacteriology, virology. Study it all. Study it all. Don't be a dumbass. That would be my biggest suggestion to anyone. If I were to give a suggestion, I'm not really the kind to give suggestions. I would offer, don't be a dumbass out here in these streets. Because no longer is it acceptable to be a dumbass when we're in the information age. You don't even have to buy the books. You can go to pseudepigrapha.com. Please put it in the chat. Pseudepigrapha.com. It's spelled PSEUDEPIgrapha.com. Put it in the chat. Pseudepigrapha.com. It's free. You can read all of it. Draw your own conclusions. Most people, 80% of people, and probably 90% of people, maybe even 95, somewhere between 80 and 95% of people never study to show thyself approved, even though the Bible says it. Right now, uninformed and dumbass is one and the same in my book. You know why? Because you did not seek to become informed. That's the same as a dumbass. It's voluntary stupidity in the age of enlightenment. Voluntary stupidity in the age of enlightenment, because this is what I know. What I know is that how did we arrive to the age of enlightenment? Because consciousness was pushing the boundaries and frontiers of what we thought we knew. Just like in the age of enlightenment back in the day, when we used to really believe that the earth, we used to really believe that everything revolved around the earth. That the sun revolved around the earth. How ludicrous is that? And that is what people believed. Everyone, including the Catholic Church. And when Galileo said, people, he's looking out at the sky, people? No, the earth is not the center of the whole solar system. Do you know what they did to Galileo? Put him under house arrest because they wanted to remain willfully ignorant, and they wanted to believe what they wanted to believe, and they wanted to stay in what they want to stay in. We'll stay in it. Ain't nobody gonna argue you come out of the ignorance. Ain't not one person to stay in ignorance. But all I know is the truth sets you free. Whoo! And this is Freedom TV. I'm here for your freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Especially if I get on your nerves, and especially if I hurt your feelings. I hope I hurt your feelings to save your soul, because ministers don't care anything about your feelings. Have you noticed? Because the truth doesn't care about your feelings. The truth doesn't care about your feelings. The truth doesn't care about your little petty beliefs. The truth doesn't care about what you think. The truth doesn't care about how you think the universe works. The truth doesn't care about any of that. I want to know the truth. I don't even care about my own beliefs and opinions. I'm trying to get rid of all my beliefs and all my opinions. I would just like to know the truth. That's it. And you can know the truth. And Christ said, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Let's get rolling with our manifesto. And if you don't have the book, you can pick it up from Amazon.com. And if you do have the books, woo, we got a new member! Woo! Member in the vortex, member in the vortex, member in the vortex, member in the vortex. Woo! You'll know our bell got destroyed, so we're working with a spoon now. Welcome, new member. Love it, love it, love it. Welcome. Welcome. Our members are the executive producers and producers of the channel because they support the channel every single month, like Marla and Queen V and Marlo and Queen V and all of our incredible members. We love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Are you high off cannabis? No, I don't do cannabis. I'm actually high off life. Okay. Let's roll. Christian Witches Manifesto. And if you don't have both the books, these are the first two books in the series. If you don't have them, pick them up. And then you can also leave a review. If you would be so kind as to leave a review about how the book influenced you, how you're using the book to help Christian witches all over the world. Okay? Now, we're going to get started with the Christian Witches Manifesto. And what are the 10 tenets? So if you want to know what I believe as a Christian witch, not what I believe, if you want to know what I hold dear and true to my heart, what is my guiding principles, these are them. These are the 10 guiding principles of my life and spiritual walk as a Christian witch. Let's roll. Number one, tenet number one, put it in the chat. This is participatory. Number one, God. That's number one. God is all, God is source, all is one, God is all, God is all, God is all. That's it. God, goddess, I am, source. That's number one, God. Everything for me starts with God. Source, creator, not a man in the sky, not an old white dude with a book of life. God as the universe. Source, the source of all creation. That is undifferentiated, neither male nor female. That's number one for me. You can read the rest of the exposition because each of my 10 tenets, I give you exposition on how I came to it, and then I give you a couple of scriptures on it as well. Number two, oneness. There's not two different things going on in the universe. It is one. Come out of duality, all is one. God is one, I am one, I and the Father are one. Christ said it. Oneness, put it in the chat. Number two is oneness. Oneness, oneness, that's it. Number three, these are my 10. You get to make up your 10, 2, 1, whatever it is. I offer this as inspiration. Number three, Christ consciousness. Number three is Christ. Christhood. All have the potential to attain to Christhood. Christhood for me is enlightenment. It's the whole reason why I'm doing this. Christhood. That's number three. Christhood. It's sort of like Buddha nature. What Christ consciousness to me is Buddha nature. It's enlightenment. It's ascension. That's the whole point of me doing this. That is the whole point. Christ. I want to become a Christ, becoming God. Christ, God, one and the same. Christhood. That's it. I tell you all about my thoughts on Christhood, my experiences with Christhood. Number four, nature. Number four, nature is my church. Nature. Number four, nature. Nature is my church. Tenet number four, nature. That's it, nature. Align your being with nature. Align your body with nature. The moon and the sun, this is nature. We honor the moon and the sun. This is nature. We honor the planets, nature. We honor angels. We honor all beings in nature. Nature has spirits. Nature is more than simply a leaf on a tree. Back of nature, because of oneness, nature. Oh, that's your favorite one? Oh, yippee! Nature. Nature is my church. Oh my God, I'm totally a natural gal. You know, as much as I can be, a natural gal, you know, in the dirt, plant medicine, plants, the power of plants, that's what I love. I love plants, plant medicine, plant healing, nature. Essential oils, you see there's, if you can see my essential oil, that's my essential oil diffuser going right now with something like lavender, divana, cypress, lemongrass. I did a clary sage. I did like a whole big mix in my essential oils diffuser today for this. Oh, I love nature. Oh my God, love nature. So immersing in nature. Nature is a part of my spiritual walk. I immerse in nature every day, breathe the air, get into the dirt, feet on the ground, walk in the park, eat some good nature. Drink more plants, as a shaman told me. Drink more plants. I love nature. That's my church. Nature's my church. That's number 4. Woo, child, Danielle, is that Divana divine? I did not know about Divana essential oil until I joined the wellness company as a shopping club member. If you want to know all about what we're talking about, myself and Danielle Anderson and Danielle Olds and Estrella Luna and Gypsy Soul and a lot of the amazing beings that you meet on the channel, come into our Facebook group. It'll be linked up below, the Wealth and Wellness Facebook group, and we'll tell you all about how we do nature-inspired wellness. Proven by science, inspired by nature. Nature works. I don't see doctors. I don't take pills. I'm not on prescription drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't do synthetics. I don't do that. That's my choice. You choose for yourself. Nature is number 4 with the commentary. Number 5, divinity. 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 For me, there is inherent divinity in every being. Divinity. That means inside yourself, you are divine, and we are here to seek our own divinity. Woo! Your 26th birthday. Wait a minute. Let me read this comment. Your 26th birthday, please give me a shout out. I'm finna buy all your books myself. Birthday, yay! So damn much. I love you so damn much. You teach me a lot. My name is Rebecca, and I'm an Episcopalian witch. Wow! Everybody give Rebecca happy birthday love. Come on, happy birthday love, Rebecca. Happy birthday love, Rebecca. Happy birthday to ya. You see, I don't do the happy birthday. I do the soul version. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. An Episcopalian witch. That is freaking amazing. It's probably the most amazing thing I've heard all day. Well, it is Witchy Wednesday. We can expect miracles and magic here. Wow. An Episcopalian witch. About to have your 26th birthday. 25, you're leaving 25. 2 and 5 is the number of perfection. 2 and 5 is 7. That's the number of perfection. I'll give you a quick reading of what's coming to me right now because you got some ancestors swirling around you for your birthday, celebrating you, bringing you higher and higher. 2 and 5 is 7. 7 is the number of perfection and completion. You're going into 2 and 6. Now that you've had perfection and completion in a portion of your life, you're moving to 2 and 6. And 2 and 6 is 8. And that's the number of infinity and divinity and forever and infinite abundance. You're going to have a lot of abundance this year. Woo! Come on, baby. Get your life, Rebecca. Get your whole life, Rebecca. Okay? Get your whole life. For me and Adeline to St. Clair. My hat for today. Number 5, do we have it, family? Divinity. I'm divine. You're divine. All is divine. Today, I saw a bug crawling on the wall, and I didn't kill the bug because the bug is divine. The earthworm is divine. The leaf is divine. The blade of grass is divine. The rock is divine. The stone is divine. Everything is divine. That's my experience anyway. Then I have the commentary on divinity. Okay, with a couple of scriptures for you to consider as well if you desire. Drink a little water. It's actually water infused with some CoQ10 and some other delicious things for my body. Freedom. Number 6, freedom. Number 6, freedom. Number 6, freedom. Number 6, this is Freedom TV. Number 6, freedom. Number 6, freedom. Can I say freedom too much? Freedom, freedom, freedom. When do we desire freedom from? Freedom from our own mind. Oh my goodness. The only thing that ever kept me captive was my own mind, the limitations of the mind, the limitations of old hurts, the mind. And when I say mind, I don't just mean the conscious mind. We're talking about the whole of your consciousness. We're talking about freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Freedom is the thing. If you don't live a life of freedom, create the freedom in your life immediately, because we are all created free. You're not beholden to anyone. You're not subject to anyone. Everyone is free. Call me a libertarian. I don't know. Call me an anarchist. I don't care. What I know is that God created you free. Source made us all free. Free to choose. Free. Okay? Number 7. That's number 6. Number 7. Magic. Number 7 is 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 magic. That's right. For me, magic is a spiritual path. Magic is a means of ascension. Magic is a means to complete the great work known as alchemy of the soul. Magic is ascension. Magic, a means of ascending the soul. Magic is a ladder. So for me, magic is a spiritual path. And I give commentary on magic. That's what I use. Now, some people use chanting. Some people use yoga. Some people use whatever speaks to your soul. Magic is in my soul. That's why. Number 8, study. You see, this is me talking to me. This is me talking to me. Study. Number 9, study. Number 9, study. Study to show thyself approved. I study. I take no one's word for it. I am a witch. I find out things for myself. I study, then apply what I learn so as to gain the wisdom that is born solely of practical application. I am no armchair magician. I study, gain understanding, and continually practice what I learn in a dynamic tapestry of growth. Study. That's why, how many books do I got? Books. Looking online, looking at sacred texts online. I study. You can throw out what doesn't work for you. We're not studying to have a big head. I say this all the time on the channel. You're not studying just so you know a bunch of shit and you can spout a bunch of shit. Who needs it? Who needs another head full of a bunch of shit? No. You're studying because you are desirous of growing as a divine being, realizing your true God potential, becoming God. And as you study, you're doing, you're acting on that which you study. Yes, that's tenet number 8. I'm studying and I'm doing something. I'm not an armchair magician just sitting here studying a bunch of books, studying. And then, Wendy, actually get up and make shit happen. You got to study and then do it. Your favorite scripture? I love that scripture. Oh my God. Then you can read the commentary on it. Number 9. Code. See, I have a code. And my code, number 9, my code is the 7 and the 9. Code, 7 and the 9. That's my code. What is the 7 and the 9? This is my code, how I roll. My code are the 7 Hermetic principles from the Kabbalion and the 9 fruit of the Spirit. I could stay on that for the rest of my life and still not hit it. I could stay on that for the rest of my life. What are the 7 Hermetic principles as laid out in the Kabbalion? Well, I talk about them here, and I want you to really look them up. And I want you to get the Kabbalion and study the 7 Hermetic principles passed down to us from ancient Kemet, also known as Egypt. And these 7 Hermetic principles include, or they also call them Hermetic principles. They include law of vibration, law of cause and effect, all is mind. That's the very first one, law is mind. All is mind. The law of mentalism. The law of mentalism is the first one. That means your mind, your consciousness is creating the thing. Not just your conscious mind, the entirety of your consciousness. The universe is mental. The universe is mental and is communicating with your mental. What's in your mental? The universe is mental. It's a great mind that we're all living in. And they told us this back from Kemet, that your thoughts are the power. We don't even have that one figured out. We don't even have that one figured out. We still think shit happens to us. People still think, you can tell who believes in law of mentalism or not believes in it. Fuck belief. Who knows the law of mentalism from practicing the law of mentalism? You can tell who knows it and who doesn't know it. If you wear a mask, you don't know about the law of mentalism. You studied about it, you heard about it, but you don't know it because you're not practicing. The law of mentalism said my mind is creating it. So how is a mask going to help me or not help me? A mask is going to do whatever I tell it to do by my mental. And don't tell me anything about it's mandated where you live. Oh, really? Well, the law of mentalism says that your mind mandates what you're going to do, not outside parties. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm here to bring us right back to truth, because there's so much fucking lies out there. So much fucking lies. Come home to truth. The 7 and the 9. 7 hermetic laws and the 9 fruit of the spirit. That's a code right there. I don't need much else after that. You don't need a Bible. You know why? Now, though I read the Bible, I have many Bibles. I'm a Christian witch. Of course I have Bibles. You don't need a Bible. You know why? Because the Bible says that the code is written on your heart. You have a conscience. It's called a conscience. Your conscience already told you don't kill somebody. You can feel your conscience telling you to do something, not to do something if you're getting ready to harm somebody. You can feel it inside. You can feel that this is not the right thing to do or this is the thing to do. You can feel it. That's number 9. My code. How I choose to conduct myself as a Christian witch. And let me say one more thing about the code before we go to number 10. The code would tell you what kind of spells to cast and what kind of spells not to cast. I don't cast harm spells. I don't cast dick fall off spells because your lover left you, shrivel up his dick spell because he cheated on you. Casting spells on your neighbor because you don't like what they did. Casting spells, freezing jar spells to put people's name in the freezing jar, get them to stop talking about you. Spells where you are banishing spirits. I banish spirits all the time. Banishing people, trying to be in other people's lanes. Revenge spells, trying to get somebody back for something you think they did to you when they probably even think about you. They just living their life. All this stupid. This is stupidity. For me. For what? What's the point? Law of mentalism says my mind is creating my whole world. That is the law. Take it or leave it. Your neighbor ain't creating your life. Your neighbor ain't doing shit to you. Your lover cheated on you. Why? Because you are cheatable. I'm just telling you from my own experience because I lived it. People, they were cheating on me. No, you're cheatable. If somebody cheated on you, you're cheatable. They lied to me. Yeah, they lied to you because you're liable. You're a person that needs to be lied to because you take your feelings, you wear your feelings on your sleeve, and people can't even tell you the fucking truth. So they lie to you. Who made that up? You did. You made it all up in your mind. And God said, go in your mind and change it. Ooh! That'll inform all the magic that you're doing right there. Come on, Natural Market. Talk to me. Talk to me, Natural Market. Talk to me, Natural Market. Oh my God! I wish people would do more forgiving and less spell working. You spell working this person because they did that. You spell working that when you need to close your eyes, turn within and forgive. As you begin to clear your consciousness, you'll see clearly what to spell for. Spell for you to have more money. That's lovely. Spell for you to have a glamour. I'm always spelling for glamour. Spell for a glamour. Spell to be youthful forever. Spell your own damn self. I got a video on this channel right here. Spell yourself. Come on, Tammy. That's why some of y'all need to come into the mystery school. Because if you come into the mystery school, you would get this all sorted out. You would become the most powerful person in your world because you know that's what God said. You are the most, God said, let's just go look at what Source said. I don't mean a big man in the sky, big white man in the sky. Source said, I shall create one according to my similitude. I shall now create one. After creating the animals ain't like God. Animals run on instinct. They're part of nature. Nature has the laws. Nature is divine. God, but a tree cannot create other than spitting out a seed, the seed going to the ground, and create another acorn tree. An oak tree can only create another oak tree. You can fucking create anything you want. Imagine that. So God said, Source, I will now create one. Source is mother, father, God. Source is undifferentiated, right? I will now create one like unto myself. That will also be able to create anything. Well, if I can create any damn thing, that's what Source told me. That's what God told me. God told me no other person has an effect on you because they have effects on you. Let me change that. No other person can create in your world. That's reserved for you. No one can create in your world. They can affect you if you hang around them. Vibration. They got a low vibration. You don't tend to your vibration. You may slip. You're in the pool. You're choosing. You're choosing. You're choosing to be with a cheater. Well, what you gonna do if you with a cheater? I pick cheaters. What you gonna do if you with a cheater? They gonna cheat. They gonna keep cheating. You chose them. Why did you choose them? Did we ever ask ourselves these questions? When I started asking myself a whole lot of questions, I started to see, well, damn, my mind is fucking powerful because I made up all this shit. You made the whole thing up in your mind. And then you played it out. And you got the feedback loop and said, wait a minute. This is a very unpopular message because people don't want to be fucking responsible and people don't want to grow up and stop being stupid babies and people don't even want to study to find out more than what they currently know. Okay, people that want to do that, that's not y'all. Stay dumb. Number 10, ritual. Number 10, ritual. Tenet number 10, ritual. Ritual, ritual, ritual. For me, ritual is key. What are rituals? Rituals are those recurring, sacred experiences that we create for self. A morning tarot card is a ritual. A new moon spell every new moon or new moon rite or set of processes is a ritual, can become a ritual. A full moon reading, which I did for many years, without fail, every single full moon, and wrote the whole, I just put my candles out and did my circle and lit up my candles and spread out my reading that I was gonna do. Either it was gonna be a Celtic cross or maybe a star configuration tarot reading to get deep into my life. That's a ritual. You see, these recurring sacred experiences, right? These rituals are very sacred and churches have them. Every spiritual system has rituals. If you go to Bali, which is my soul home, you will see that Bali is a lunar society, not a solar society. Bali goes by the moon. So on the full moon, those temple rituals will blow your mind. If you go way down on my Instagram, you'll see videos from the full moon rituals in Bali, and it's every full moon. And the kids are engaged in the ritual. You see, you're in many rituals. Brushing your teeth can be a ritual. Cleansing your skin can be a ritual. Taking a bath, an herbal bath can be a ritual. All of these are recurring sacred experiences that bring you closer to the remembrance that ye are gods. You don't have to become more divine. You can't become more God if you're already God. It's like being red and saying, I want to be more red. You're already red. You're trying to remember that you're red. Those are my 10. Now, the second half of the book is dedicated to you. Writing my ritual. Here's the first thing. Blank pages. What's most important to me as a Christian witch? You're supposed to undertake the second half of the book. The first half of the book is an example of mine. The second half of the book, you're to undertake prayerfully, mindfully. You could take it into a ritual, and really root into, go deep within, what is this really about for me? What's most important to me as a Christian witch? Or any kind of witch. You don't have to be a Christian witch for this. This is introspection. This is for everyone on the spiritual path. Sacred text, my sacred text. Okay, what sacred text do I most deeply connect with? How do they serve me? You get to write that out. You get to draw it out. You get to have symbols, whatever you like. It's blank pages for you to do that. Next, my sacred knowing. What is my sacred knowing as a Christian witch? What do I know to be true of my calling as a Christian witch? And if it's not your calling as a Christian witch, whatever your calling is, calling as a witch, calling as a magician, calling as a magical being, calling as a prophet, calling as a seer, my calling as a psychic. Everybody's got a calling. What is it? Next, my practices. What practices do I engage in as a Christian witch? What practices would I like to begin? Why? You see, you want to go deeper into your practices. What are these practices? This is all laid out in any religion and any spiritual tradition. If you go to yoga, they have the practices. If you go to Catholicism, they have the practices. If you go to the Baptist church, they have the practices. Anywhere you go, if they go to Hoodoo, they have the practices. If you go to Yoruba, they have the practices. Santeria, the practices. Every system has the practices. Every system. What are yours? Part of the inspiration for writing this is that I saw some people that are I saw too many people that were all over the place. That's why this is inspired as well. We're all over the place. You can't be, and I'm talking about this right now too, in spellcrafting. Eclectic and mixed up are not the same thing. I love eclectic witches. People that come along and they just mix up a bunch of shit and mash it all together and call it eclectic, that's not eclectic. And I talk about the distinction. So I saw a lot of people mashing up a bunch of stuff that they had no knowledge of. Like, why would you put that with that? Do you realize that you're about to go into the laboratory of your life and you're about to create a bomb? If you put those two things together, that's called a bomb in magic. Well, let's see how that works out in your life. I see people casually calling Papa Legba. Cancel, I ain't calling you. Why would someone casually call an entity like Papa Legba? Don't know nothing about it. Heard he was going to give you some money, so you called him and started interacting with Papa Legba, and he fucked up your life. You'll learn. My rites and rituals. Thank you, Spirit. Just because you can study everything online doesn't mean you're supposed to do everything. Thank you, Spirit. Some entity is sharing this with us now. My rites and rituals, this says, what rites and rituals do I engage in as a Christian witch? How often are these rituals conducted? How do these rituals feed my soul and soar my spirit? What rituals would I like to begin? Right? Yes? And then we have blank pages. Draw it out. Take this as a full moon exercise or a new moon exercise, whatever energy works for you, because the full moon is going to be for you to release and for you to let go of patterns that no longer serve you. I call it cosmic take out the trash day, full moon. The new moon is about what you're planting and instilling and would like to deepen into, and something new you're starting and setting intentions and visioning. So choose what you're going to do. Come on! Money in the vortex. Woo! Let me see what you said. Love and blessings. Oh, that's Danielle. Love and blessings. Danielle, I'll see you tonight. She's in our community. So, what a blessing you are, Danielle. What a blessing you are. When you join our community in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex, and you become a member with us, you get to hang out on a lot of amazing Zooms. Especially you get to be in our mastermind, you get to be part of this huge global wellness community. How do we get into the community? It's gonna be linked up below. All you do is go to ValerieLove.com right now. If you're watching this, go to ValerieLove.com right now, click Wealth and Wellness Vortex, okay? Join the Wealth and Wellness Vortex, so then you have blank pages for that. Next, my coven and communities. Now in here, we have instructions on how to set up a coven or how to join a coven or start a coven. My coven and communities, what magical communities do I belong to and how do I grow as a result? You've got to question these things. Look around at the people you're hanging out with. Look at the witches and the wizards, the warlocks, the mages of all ages, the magical beings you're hanging out with. What do I bring to my magical communities? How are you serving? How are you bringing yourself, your whole self? If a member of a coven, how does it serve me? If not, would I like to become a member of a coven? Why or why not? I'm going to start a coven. And I haven't up until now because I have not gotten, though I really love it, I have not gotten the precise, things swirl around in your consciousness until you get the impetus from spirit. Okay, do this now with these people. Ah, okay, got it. Next, and then you have blank pages. Next, my magical tools. What magical tools and implements are important to me? Why? What magical tools and implements would I like to procure? Wands, certain crystals. Why? A staff. Why? A skull. Why? Crystal skull. Why? What's going on here? Examine your intention. This is self-reflection. Self-reflection, self-introspection. My grimoire notes. These are additional note pages for your grimoire. This is a grimoire of sorts. And then what do I have in the back? In the back, I did put for you as a resource, the Christian Witches Creed, which you can also find a version of this online. I wrote this many years ago, and it is available online, the Christian Witches Creed. So you can go through the Christian Witches Creed and see what works for you. This is my creed. See what works for you. This is excerpts from magical prayers. So I'm writing a book right now, as I mentioned to you, Words of Power, Magical Prayers for Christian Witches. And in the book, each prayer has a psalm correspondence, and it also has an essential oil correspondence. It also has a tarot card correspondence and an angelic correspondence, and then the prayer. Oh my goodness, y'all are gonna love this book. It's coming up. And this particular prayer is called The Goddess is My Guide, so I give you an excerpt from that book coming up soon. And it gives you when to pray this prayer. It gives you based on psalm, what psalm it's based on. Then it gives you the essential oils. This one is Rose Absolute, Jasmine, Lavender, Geranium, Ylang Ylang, or Choose Your Own by Inspiration. Then it gives you the tarot card to meditate on. Then it gives you the prayer, okay? Words of Power for magical Christian witches, magical beings. Then we give you 25 resources. I feel like the 25 resources in the back of this book is worth the price of admission. I think this book is only something like $4.44 or $4.44 for the, is this available on Kindle? I don't know. I feel like these 25 resources in the back of this book is worth the price of admission. Go to all 25 of these resources. And when I say go to all 25 of these resources, it might take you 25 years to cover all 25 of these resources, because you don't just go to things just to complete them. Oh, check, I looked at that one. Oh, check, I looked at that one. Oh, check, I looked at that one. And we remain so surface. Okay? We desire to go deeper. We desire to go deeper, deeper, deeper. Be like the oak tree, not like a little, not like the sand. This is what Christ said. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, you love the hat? Thank you. This is Adelina St. Clair. All my hats are named after witches I love and adore. This hat is named after Adelina St. Clair. You have it on Kindle. Oh, beautiful. You have it on Kindle. Child, I didn't even remember if this book was on Kindle or not. This is why you want to get the Kindle version. Ooh, Belle, come back. This is why you want to get the Kindle version and the paper version of both. The reason is because if you're in the Kindle version, you could just click to all these resources, because I give you links. If you have only the paper version, you'll have to go type it all in. And for a couple of dollars, save yourself the time and energy. Just pull up the Kindle, click. You can read the paperback, write in the paperback, work through the paperback, do all your things, use it as a grimoire, and then pull up the Kindle and find everything that's in here. Click, because I always pack my books with lots of links and resources on purpose. Same thing with Christian Witch, how to be a Christian witch. Same thing. Notice, there's something I want to share with you about this book as well. This book is not called How to Become a Christian Witch. I don't think you can become a Christian witch. You're either a Christian witch or you're not. This is how to be one. You already know you are one. Okay, this is how to be it. This is how to actually be it on all levels of being. How to embrace it and how to really do it, including initiation. This one is how to write out. This one comes even before this one. This one is really, what am I all about? Let me explore that. Let me push past the known. Let me go to uncharted territory. You know? In my travels as a Christian witch to Bali, several times to Bali, lived in Bali for 33 days, to Dubai, to India, throughout the temples in India, ashrams in India, I discovered a lot about myself. I discovered that there's a punk in me. I discovered, part of me is very punky, whippish. I discovered my inner punk. I discovered my inner bullies that try to bully me because I was being a punk. I was just afraid. I discovered the parts of me that are committed to lack and limitation. Oh, they're just gonna want to tell that lack and limitation story no matter what happens. I got rid of them. I discovered the victim in me. Oh, they did it to me. Oh my God, this is not working out for me. It's not gonna work out for me. I got rid of that one. I discovered a lot about myself. I discovered that I was totally fucked up in so many areas of my life. Wow, because my consciousness was totally fucked up. Okay, well, thanks for letting me know, Spirit. Sure, no problem. What do you want to do about it? And Spirit doesn't make you do anything about it or say you have to do anything about it. Simply is making you aware. That's all. You choose. You choose. And I say choose peace, bliss, love, joy, happiness, fulfillment. You see, I found the path of fulfillment for me. And I just pray you find the path of fulfillment for you. Whatever that may be, that's for you to discover. And trust me, it's a discovery. It's an adventure. It is an adventure. It is a discovery. That's why it's filled with awe and the unknown. Get to it. I love you. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. ChristianWitches.com, and pick up your books from Amazon, and you can get them at ChristianWitches.com. You just go there and click on books, and it's going to take you to all the wonderful books. Oh my God, thank you for being with me today. Witchy Wednesday. Share this vid with Christian witches or people who are struggling to come out of the closet, or souls who love Christ and the craft are having a difficulty integrating it, and prayerfully this will help and support. I love you, family. I love you. Oh, we'll be on book tour soon. Oh my God. Thank you, Ujo Wajet. Mwah. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. That means so much to me. Ujo Wajet. You just gave me a little a tear in my eye, because that's my love. That's my heart and soul. I write every morning. This morning I was writing it, and oh, you got me teary. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That just touches my soul. So thank you for that. I love you, family. God bless you. Peace. God bless you.